Ogre won 20, 22, and 24, but an amazing amount of ball time. Shockwave just clutching it throughout the game.
Yeah, really. It's the guy to kill and the guy they couldn't find.
All right, so real quickly, we'll give you an update from what's going on around the floor. We have 5K just took game 3 over Nice Like Rice. 5K won game 1, 5-4 in CTF. Then lost to Slayer to NLR, 50-48. But 5K just won game 3 ball, 5 minutes to a minute 34. We also got FBI beating PS in the first game. Agency taking game 1, 5-2, and then PS taking the Team Slayer, 46-50. But now it is time for game 4. Carbon leads this series 2-1 here on the main stage in the winners bracket finals.
It looks like Final Boss is going to have to fight their way back up through lower brackets. Not going to lie. Kind of looks that way.
Too early to tell. Too early to tell. That game could have gone either way. In that final seconds, Carbon stepped it up. But we'd be talking a whole different story if Final Boss would have clutched it in those final moments.
Yeah. Well, it's still so close. I mean, Carbon led by such a huge margin.
All right.
I think maybe just now Final Boss is starting to get some rhythm against them. So maybe they'll start to turn it around here.
Well, here we got Karma moving with the Final Boss flag towards the ramp portal, but he just got destroyed. Can we get Walshy up on our main screen? Walshy looking angry here on the main stage, sitting inches from the TV. With
he always looks like that. What about that is the Walshy stance.
It is the Walshy stance. Super intense facial expressions out of him.
Their nades, 2 going to the ramp nades. In their needle. In their nades. Top, go top, Tom.
Now, Carbon may have a slight advantage going into this, where they have headsets with a their headsets with a built-in mouthpiece, so they can talk. It's all mixed, so they don't have to scream over the game noise. While Final Boss is wearing their regular headphones, trying to scream above the game noise, and Man-Train trying to get loud.
Top center. 1 shot. Watch the flag when you get close to the flag.
I think it's just 2 different preferences at this point.
Top center?
Absolutely, and it is a little less than 2 minutes into the game, and a great flag return there. Right now, Walshy just trying to get players out of the middle. They need to lock down the sides.
Yellow needle. Maybe up our ramp.
We have Karma approaching with the shotgun. Walshy and Strong Side take him down with these. But we have a camo Shockwave moving in on the base. Great job up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You'll check that out. He's got no shield, trying to stay alive. Smart decision, just back down. Regroup. All Final Bosses respawning. Move in. He's moving in on 2 players. Shockwave. Oh my gosh, he almost pulled it off. He got off 3 melees there, picked up a kill, allowing his team to push in, and now Ghostyami is going to make an attempt at the flag.
Like you said earlier, this is kind of their map. This is what Carbon's very good at, this fast-paced CTF.
All right, and here we go. Ghostyami now moving with the flag across top middle. He's got Karma sitting to the right, Shockwave to the left, trying to spawn camp the Final Boss players. Ogre 2 putting heavy shots on Ghost right now. The flag drops into the nades. That's not what they wanted. And now they're just trying to toss the flag up against Ogre 2. You saw it in the picture-in-picture. That's 4 down for Carbon. Final Boss has the momentum now, and let's see if they can pull off the counter.
He preceded that return with a double kill. That was pretty much the Ogre 2 show for a few seconds.
All right, and now let's talk about Strong Side, who has just picked up the camo in the top middle, picking up some kills as well. He has the flag, and now Ogre 2 is going to watch him cap as he and his brother double team Ogre 1. That's Walshy, rather. I apologize on our VOD screen. But now Final Boss takes first blood. It's 1-0 with 13 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I kind of expected Carbon to lead things off and maybe Final Boss to come back, but it looks like Final Boss is going to try to stop the Carbon offensive and just sneak in there and get the flag whenever they've got a big down. A 4 down for Final Boss. Could hurt him, could help him.
All right, well, we had 4 down for Carbon for a moment and 4 down for Final Boss after that, so Carbon should have the setup following that capture. But it looks like the Ogres are just trying to take the players off the sides of the bases. But Karma moving in on the base right now, and we're seeing Carbon move in on another flag.
And that is Karma tossing it across the middle. They'll actually make it across the middle this time. It goes down on the toss. Trying to see if any of the final boss guys actually have eyes on that. Yes, indeed. Ogre 1 under him. They see it, and he gets the toss off, it looks like. And
the
that
flag is sitting on the flag.
Okay.
All they need to do is respawn and touch it. But a clutch flag return there by Ogre 1.
The Ryan brothers going pretty big for final boss here on the Warlock CGF.
Strongside's doing his part as well, picking up a double kill. He's sitting to the left of the base. You see him and Walshy trying to double team Gosayami. They're sitting next to each other, always watching each other's screen. So that's why you see the Ogres working together a lot of the time, and you also see Walsh and Strongside working together. Same thing goes for Gosayami and Shock and Karma and Gandhi.
Oh, and he actually gets away with a flag. Gets through a port, swaps out Shoddy for flag, and it's sitting right there by his fountain. He gets gunned down. Carbon gets the return. Very close for final boss.
This is just back and forth. Neither team can completely lock the other team in their base. But here we go. We see Shockwave moving with the flag, tossing it out. Really, neither team just able to set anything up.
That's the beautiful thing about Warlock. It's fast-paced whether or not you want it to be.
And here we go. We got Walshy trying to be sneaky, moving in on the flag. Gandhi's respawning. Walshy just taken down by that grenade. 3 down for final boss, and it looks like Karma's going to toss the flag up. This could be the tying cap. And there it is. Carbon ties it up. It is 1-1.
That was a pretty big start by Ghost Naomi. 3 down on final boss. They had great position, took advantage of it. Had they not, I think that would have been the first major error I've seen out of Carbon.
So we now have Karma up here in your picture-in-picture. If we could switch to, say, Ogre 2. Let's go to Ogre 2 for a minute.
Yeah, that sounds right.
They're flat. They're ramped in their nades.
Walshy, however, still picking up kills bottom middle. Now we are on board with Ogre 2. Ogre 2 and Ogre 1 trying to pin Carbon in their base. They've only been able to do it once so far this game. There you see the nice assassination from Karma. Can he get the return? He's got grenades. And then he moves in. He gets the return. Strongside makes him taste the shotgun, though. And now we see Ogre 1, or Ogre 2 rather, respawning, trying to get the grenades on Shockwave, who's across the map. They need to get Carbon off the sides of the base, and that's exactly what Ogre 2 is trying to do. But the Karma Shockwave double team is just too much for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, as a team, they're on fire. They will continue to be, and unless final boss can outplay them strategically, I don't think they stand a chance of taking away the series.
Well, it is only 1-1. It's too early to tell. Now, Luke, you're sitting next to me rocking a strong side wristband and strong side headband, yet you're cheering for Carbon to take this one?
I mean, I can't be biased, and I know an amazing team when I see one. And Carbon has what it takes to beat Final Boss. I'd love to see Final Boss win, don't get me wrong, but I'm a fan of both. And saying that, I'd like to see either one win. I'm pretty confident that these two teams will be first and second place. The question is, who's going to be sitting in first?
That's true, and there's been rumors floating around recently that Carbon's considering a roster change. Why would you ever consider a roster change when you can dominate the #1 team this bad in some of these game types?
Well, they haven't been until now. The past 2 events, they really haven't been performing up to the Carbon expectations, but now they're really bringing the ruckus. And Final Boss is in a world of hurt if they can't find some way to counter this just all-out aggressive team shooting Carbon.
Well, this very much looks like the Carbon we saw in Orlando last year when they first took the crown from Final Boss. Final Boss changed the rosters in between seasons, but now this is Carbon's opportunity to retake the crown, retake that #1 spot.
Yep. It's going to take everything they've got, but I think Carbon is here to give them that. And I don't think we've seen everything Final Boss has to give us.
I'll have to agree with you on that one, but we are seeing some good stuff out of Ogre 2. He picks up the camo, takes down Karma, moving in on the flag, allowing Walshy just to pave the way. That's 4 down for Carbon. Ogre 2 can't even get shot for another 5 seconds. All Carbon now respawning, and they're just getting slaughtered by Strongside, who just picked up a double kill. Ogre 1's going to put the flag in. Now, Final Boss takes the lead in this game, 2-1. They have the advantage with little over 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this game before overtime.
Really, they just need to hang on to the advantage. There's really no point in going toe-to-toe aggressive with Carbon because they've seen that they will lose if they do so. So I think a smarter Final Boss is going to be the one that beats Carbon out here in Dallas.
All right, now with Warlock CTF, you can cap a flag in under 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So this could go either way. There's 5 minutes left in the game. As we see now, it's Shockwave who's grabbing the flag for Carbon, moving across the middle. He's taken down immediately. But if you're Final Boss, do you just try and sit back with this 2-1 lead, or are you going to continue to play aggressively and possibly risk a counter cap?
I'd sit back and go for a 3 or 4 kill on Carbon and maybe try to get a run when I can. But for the most part, just defend my flag.
And just look at Ogre 2 right now. His BR is so good. Carbon, however, knocking him out of the zoom every time he's trying. Ogre 2 seeing the shots coming from the portal, hoping to pick up a kill in the middle. He wants to move down and clear out that player down to his right, but instead he's going to stay up to the left, catches Shockwave, who is oblivious to him being there. And there is the double shot. Ogre 2 making it look pretty up here on the main stage, and the crowd is starting to get into it here.
Jeez, he's going big on the sides where Carbon has reign supreme. Now this is Ogre 2's house.
All 8 of these players pulling off ridiculous plays throughout these 3 games so far. Here in game 4, it's Ogre 2 who's stepping it up.
And like I said, I think they're doing exactly what I think they should do, and that's just try to hold off Carbon. Maybe go for a cap if you can get a 3 or 4 dead on Carbon side, but for the most part, just defend your sides and your base. And Final Boss is doing that very well. They got it down to 3:30 left on the clock. They've got that 2-1 lead. It's not much, nothing to write home about, but it'll win if they can keep this up.
All right, and if Final Boss does take this game, they will tie up the series at 2-2, putting it back on Team Slayer Beaver Creek. That's what we saw Final Boss do in Meadowlands. They absolutely destroyed Carbon.
Was it 50-16 or something?
50-15, 50-16. Either way, it was not pretty. It was actually just disgusting looking. And you just had to feel bad for Carbon after getting dominated that bad.
I did, kind of. Agency knocking Perfect Storm out of the tournament. So much for my predictions. How about yours?
I was actually expecting Agency to take down Perfect Storm after I saw Perfect Storm struggling early on with Exit.
I really wanted to see Perfect Storm top 4 though, so badly.
Or straight ripping rather. But here we go. It is 2-1. 2 minutes 35 seconds left. And 2 down for Carbon. Final Boss in control of the map right now. They have Walsh who's playing aggressively. He's moving in on the flag. And when Walsh keeps playing so aggressively, moving in on your flag, that forces you to be defensive and not focus on the Final Boss flag as much.
And Walsh actually has a flag out. If he can get this across middle, this will pretty much seal the deal. And he's in a great spot to do so, although he does miss the...
he was taken down. The flag is on the ground, and Gandhi steps up. Helps out Karma with Ogre 2. Carbon trying to move in on the flag return, and then there it is. If Gandhi didn't help out Karma there, Karma would have been able to return that, and we could have seen a 3-1 score.
Gandhi going big with the camo, gets the beat down on Ogre 1, but Walsh is there to play some clutch defense and keep them from getting that flag out, although Karma is there to throw it down bottom left side. This could be Carbon's push.
Well, it's 2 down for Final Boss, all 4 alive for Carbon, as it looks like, rather 3-3 now. All 4 members alive from both teams. The flag is in their nades. Final Boss trying to force Carbon to back up for a second. It's Shockwave and Ghost alive. Ghost making a huge toss up. And it looks like Ogre 2 is going to clutch it, make the flag return. I think that just sealed the deal for this game.
Yeah, and that's the same exact play that 2 made, what, 3 minutes into this? I mean, he's just been there. He is Captain Clutch when it comes to that flag defense and that side play.
Well, I have to give mad props to Ghost there. Ghost is getting fired on by 3 people, yet still managed to toss the flag up to his base. Unfortunately, none of his teammates were respawning at the time to put it in.
Yeah, both Ghost and Gandhi can do that stuff under heavy fire.
Great attempts by Ghost Ayami and Carbon there, nearly taking that second flag, but it's still 46 seconds left for Carbon to tie up the score. If they do, we will go into a sudden death overtime where the next cap will win.
What's that? You think Shockwave's just kind of taking it easy? He's toned down.
No, he is absolutely not taking it easy as he just picks up a double kill, beating down 2 players. They're now moving into the flag. The game will continue as long as the flag is out and in play. At 15 minutes, if the flag is at home, it will be the end of the game. And Final Boss will be the victors. But here it is. Carbon is going to score. Shockwave, you just called him out, and now he's putting it in. And Carbon ties it up with 12 seconds remaining. Fantastic play out of Carbon.
Sometimes I think these guys are listening to me. And when I call them out, they're like, oh yeah? Check this out.
Oh yeah, Luke, take that. All right, well now we're extending into sudden death overtime. It is Carbon who actually has Final Boss's flag out. Final Boss held off Carbon for it looked like 6 minutes there, and then choked in the last minute.
They were doing so very well.
And now Karma has the flag at his base.
He's bottom side. He just has to get up there. He's in a really bad spot on his front ramp. And is that Gandhi? That is Gandhi with support play. He's still down low.
And here comes the flag. But it is Final Boss who is there, and they're going to make the return. Final Boss clutching it, crushing the hearts of the Carbon fans here. The crowd just goes, oh.
The strong side in Walsh, doing all the stuff mid, and it's basically Ogre 1 and 2 making the flag returns happen.
And here we go, Ogre 2 just continuing to dominate, winning the majority of his VR battles, and just helping out his teammates and coming up with these clutch returns like you touched on.
Other flag,
Man, this level of gameplay is always so fun to watch.
Well, here we go. It is 3 down for Final Boss. Gandhi is moving in on the flag. If we can get Gandhi in the upper right-hand corner.
That's 4 down. Well, Walsh does get a respawn.
They toss it down low. Karma's carrying it through the portal. Ogre 1, the last member alive for Final Boss. This could be it, and Carbon just won the winners bracket finals. This is what the Carbon team needed. This is the Carbon team we saw the last 3 events from last season when they took home the national championship. Carbon back at the top of their game, putting the critics to shame, shutting everyone up. I can't wait to see a rematch.
I told you, man, this is the Carbon team that'll take Final Boss down. These guys are just on fire, rampaging through these brackets.
Now, this brings up a very interesting topic. Final Boss has been landing with Agency. Agency says we feel very confident. We know their strategies. If Agency advances to the loser bracket finals, we might possibly see an upset on the Agency over Final Boss. We'll just have to wait and see. Strong side 43 kills that game. Karma only 26 for Carbon, and yet Carbon converted.
Just goes to show that when you slay, you don't always win objective-based games. Carbon really, I mean, just 100% here. This is their A game.
And this has to be a giant boost for their confidence. Look at them. They're all happy. They're smiling. They're having fun. That's when Carbon wins. As soon as they start getting quiet, as soon as they start worrying, that's when they start to lose games. As long as they can keep up this positive energy, I think we might see a new team on top of the chain.
Well, they toppled Final Boss, so they're actually in a pretty decent position to make it happen here in Dallas. And we know they're definitely playing to win. A 3-1 in a series against Final Boss, unexpected, but it just happened.
Absolutely, and we had 2 other 3-1s going on at the same time. 5K took out NLR as Agency took out Perfect Storm. So now we see 5K and Agency coming up here on the main stage. I'm Chris Puckett, he's Luke Bodenheimer, and we're signing out.
Yeah, dude.
That's Station 1 on the main stage. FBI and the Agency versus 5K. And on Station 3, Perfect Storm versus Nice Like Rice.
Do you want to do an interview with Final Boss or Carbon? Yes, sir. Let me go watch the Facebook. We'll be right there.
soon as those two teams are there, please start your matches.
I know you're biased. I'm biased for Carbon.